Hello and welcome back to another Gooners in Vancouver post-match reaction. Sheffield United 1, Arsenal 2. A semi-final beckons Arsenal. We're through to the next round of the FA Cup. And it was a very early kickoff for me here in Vancouver. It was a 5 a.m. kickoff. So I was up at 4:30 for this one. And looking at the starting lineup, still no sign of our number 10. So this time now, we've been told that Meza has got a backache, so he didn't feature in the squad today. But someone that did feature in the squad today, David Luiz. Mikel Arteta has decided to go with a back five, and I have to say a back five, I never like a back five. I've never felt comfortable with us playing with the back five. It's just not for me. And I don't know whether this is something that we're doing to accommodate players. I really hope it isn't. But David Luiz came back into the team. No Aubameyang. Lacazette was given a chance today to play through the middle. And the rest of the team really was kind of, the usual suspects. Another omission, no Matteo Guendouzi. Rumours are that there's been a meeting between him and Mikel Arteta, and the meeting has resulted in Matteo Guendouzi saying that he no longer wants to be at the club. So let's wait and see how that story develops. But moving on to the game, first half was okay. Not really that much to talk about for me in the first half, apart from a couple of things. There was an injury to David Luiz, and there was a penalty. The penalty was taken by Nicolas Pepe, a lovely finish into the right hand side of the net. Arsenal move up 1-0. Second half was a different story though. Second half, I don't know what was said at half time with both teams, but it started to become a real end-to-end game. And Sheffield United, they weren't going to roll over for Arsenal today. And there was a lot of action in and around the Arsenal penalty box. And Martinez was forced into making a couple of good saves. And while I'm talking about Martinez, who's come in the team to cover for Bert Leno, he's looked really good, hasn't he, in the last couple of games that he's been in. And I'll tell you what he seems to be really good at, his distribution. He's really very good at spotting a player making a run right up the other end of the field and getting the ball up there to him. So it's going to be interesting to see whether Emi Martinez's form continues, and whether he's going to be able to maintain the number one spot. Because I've always felt that you can't just walk straight back into a team when you come back from an injury. It has to be earned, and especially if the player that has come in to deputise for you is putting in a good showing, then it's a little bit unfair to move him out. So hopefully Martinez can give Mikel Arteta something to think about. So the game was end to end. There was some substitutions. Ceballos and Eddie Nketiah came on. Lacazette and Willock went off, and it really wasn't another good game for Lacazette for me. He was unable to get himself another goal, and he really is looking, for me, shadow of a player that a season and a half ago was playing for Arsenal. And for what we paid for Lacazette, was it at 50 million? If you compare his numbers to Olivier Giroud, Lacazette is a little way behind. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the summer. But I mean, Mikel is giving him chances, whether it's off the bench or today starting in the FA Cup. And he's looking a little bit lost out there. But Ceballos and Eddie came on, and I have to admit, even though it was 1-0, I didn't quite feel secure, because you never know with this Arsenal team. And it went all the way up till about the 86th minute, and what happened? My biggest fear came to a reality, and Sheffield United equalised. I think it was McGoldrick. Scruffy goal, and I didn't really get an opportunity to see it because the stream that I was watching crashed. I know it came from a throw-in, but my stream crashed just before the goal. And by the time I managed to get my stream back up, it was all over, and I didn't even get to see any of the replays. But there we were at 1-1, and I thought to myself, the last thing that we need now is to head in to extra time. You know, we really don't need that. But then it seemed like maybe 3-4 minutes later, a cross comes in from Saka to Pepe, who I think should have done a lot more, to be honest with you. And the ball, the ball was kind of like, he sort of like come off the ball, and Ceballos came running in with a great finish to put us to 2-1. And then it was just a case of us holding out, which we managed to do. So the game closed out with us going through to the next round. Not really that much else to report for this one. A couple of things. I'm not sure about this 5 at the back. I never want to see that again. And we're still looking disjointed between the defence to the midfield and also the midfield to the attack. But the positive is, when they equalised, Arsenal of old recently, you know, that would have been it for us. That would have been curtains. Our heads would have dropped, and we probably would have lost. But we didn't. We fought and we edged out the win. Let us know what your thoughts are down below in the comments, and we'll be back after the Norwich game.